it is Snitchery. How are you doing? Happy Halloween. I think this video is coming out in September, but as a cosplayer, I celebrate spooky season all year long. And I get very eager and excited when everybody else catches up in September and October. Okay, I'm pushing it forward a little bit, giving you guys time to prepare. I'm very excited about this video. I remember back before I became unhinged. Whenever Halloween would come around, it's always been my favorite holiday. You know, I would get my little costume and I would get my wig, and then it would be time to look up makeup. And like I said, now your girl does everything from handsome Squidward to freaking Yukon Cornelius, okay? But most of you guys probably don't want to be bald or bearded for Halloween, right? We're trying to be bad bitches out on the actual night. So I wanted to create like a tutorial that'll just kind of Halloweenify your face. Dark, moody, sexy look. It really works with any bad bitch Halloween costume. Your standard, your devils, your pirates, your vampires, but also really any character who is a baddie, okay? You're just gonna look good and you're gonna look spooky. I'm very excited. I'm also excited because I'm using all new makeup, well, new to me makeup. Today's video is sponsored by Haus Labs. Haus Labs is obviously Lady Gaga's makeup company. I use them quite a bit and have for over a year now. They're like my go-to lip liners. Today we're gonna be focusing on the Love for Sale palette. I've already been using it, okay? It's Halloween time. For today's video, I used all mattes, but holy shit, these are beautiful. As you guys will see with the mattes, they're super, super creamy. Yeah, let's get into it. My little ghosties, my ghoulies, my girls. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Get on with it, bitch. I think I'm actually only gonna do this side of my face. Why is going on with the wig over here? Don't need to see her again. First thing I'm gonna be doing is just setting down some tinted moisturizer. I am not a full coverage foundation person. This is not news to anyone. But if you are fond of a full coverage moment, go ahead. Next, I'm just gonna take some concealer and pop it right here and right here. And again, just bouncing that out. I'm gonna be contouring pretty heavily in this video, so I definitely will not mind having that concealer base to start. I'm just gonna take some pressed powder and go ahead and set that tinted moisturizer. Well, that made me so pale, guys. I used this brush for a Dr. Frankenfurter cosplay yesterday, and I think we still have a little face paint. That's fine. That's okay. Now the first step that's really gonna be different here from what I normally do is gonna be the contour. Tell me if you guys have also experienced this, but lately I've kind of given up the contour game. I feel like it was really big a couple of years ago. No shade if you still do. Obviously I'm about to. After years of doing it, it kind of started to feel like a lot of work for very little payoff, but we need contour for today because it's Halloween. We're trying to look absolutely snatched. Flat brush here just so I can have a little bit more control. I'm just gonna ride that cheekbone right here. Literally just carve out a line. I'm also gonna take it underneath my chin. It can kind of make you look like you have a beard, okay? I won't lie. But it's a very underrated facial shaping technique. I always see people going on about cheek contour, but girly. Now I'm just taking the excess and just kind of melting everything together. Normally I would take a fresh brush, but because this foundation was so pale, I actually don't mind getting a little bit more color. Then what I'm gonna do is place the brush right against my contour here and drag it down like this, just kind of creating an L here. Then I'm gonna take a pressed powder that is actually a little bit too light for my skin on a sponge, and I'm gonna take it right underneath that line we just drew. And once I get to this little section, do the same thing and ride the top of that line as well. I feel like Halloween is the time for hollowed cheekbones. I'm just gonna dust it off right away, no need to bake. I'm gonna go back in and add a little bit more color. I'm actually gonna go into the Love for Sale palette here, brown up here, deepen up that contour even further. I'm bringing up the camera a little bit. You guys are so low. Much better. Okay, getting kind of antsy to do my eyebrows because I think that's also gonna make a big change. Go ahead in with this Haus Laboratories brow pencil, brush all my brow hair up. A pimple in the middle of my eyebrow. It's really disrespectful. And I'm gonna start pulling hairs. Guys, talk about a thin brow pencil. Look at this. I'll show you on the back of my hand. Look how thin you can get that line. Anyway, back to the brows. I'm gonna start bringing flicks in towards the front of my brow, way past where my brow would go, and start drawing them down. So my brow actually starts right here, right in the middle, but I brought these flicks down further. It's gonna make me look a little bit angrier. Again, a Halloween tutorial. We're trying to be ultra baddies. And then as I get towards the end of my brow, this line right on the bottom, essentially creating the highest arch I can while still having my brow hairs feed into it. So I can't put them all the way up here because then it'll look like I have two eyebrows. As long as these brow hairs here can still feed into the overall brow shape, go ahead and heighten that arch. Just drawing in little fake brows here. Like, come on. Come on! Please compare this brow here to this brow. I'm doing the most, also, I think, kind of intense versions of all of these things. The contour, the brow. If you're already feeling like this is a lot for you, you can very easily make all these steps more subtle. I just live my life at extremes. I just can't help it. Now that we're up in the eyebrow area, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes. Guys, look how much lid space lifting that brow. Okay, what I'm gonna do first is go back into that warm brown color and just start adding dimension into the crease of my eyeball. You guys can probably already see in real time, these colors are so freaking smooth. There's literally no drag. They will just create this wash of color that you can blend out to be as subtle as you want. Like, please, please. Look how much adding just like a little bit of dimension did. Freaking, I love makeup. I haven't done it in a while. I'm also gonna take that brown color underneath my eye, right where I would normally put my little eye bag. Already, one eyeshadow and a brow. I take a more compact brush and go into this dark brown down here and just start darkening up the corner of my eye just on top for now. This collection was obviously inspired by Lady Gaga's album with Tony Bennett, her jazz album. I feel like a lot of the times when you see palettes like this, right, that should just be a perfect everyday makeup palette. These shadows, in fact, are not true to pan, or they're not true to like photos. This palette, y'all, the exact color you see is what you get, high pigmentation. I love it. I need to stop making that face. I'm reading here that they're made in Italy. I'm gonna go in with Let's Do It, this black shade here, and pressing very lightly, creating a little wing. Connect that wing down to my eye. Again, I'm pressing pretty lightly. I don't want this to be like a really dark black wing yet. And then I'm actually gonna go back into the Edge Precision Brow Pencil. And I'm just going to create a little inner corner wing as well. Next, I'm gonna go back into the dark brown shade, as well as a little bit of the black, and start connecting that bottom corner of the wing, and making sure that this line underneath my eye is seamless. Continue to bring that black in, staying as close to my lash line as possible. Yeah. And I also wanna take a little bit of the brown and black just above my lash line here. Start smudging out that wing. This is why it wasn't too important that it was super perfect at first. Go ahead and take this Identity eyeliner pencil in the shade Go Diva. And I'm going to line my waterline and my tight line. My eye is watering like crazy. I haven't put waterline on my tight line in a fat minute, but we're fine. We're still in business. Going back into this freaking brown, the light brown. I love it. I'm just gonna add it in underneath that bottom shadow so that it kind of matches the diffused out look on top. Now I'm gonna take the shade here, this light cream, pop that underneath my eyebrow. I want it to look as lifted as possible. Some mascara and pop a lash on. I'm actually gonna put it over where my lash line is. Guys, we're getting somewhere. I need some blush. I need some color on my face. I think I want more of an orange, so I'm actually gonna go into the Sunset 4-Way eyeshadow palette, of course also from Haus. There's an orange in here. Using orange eyeshadow as blush, like that looks so good. Now let's move on to lips. Again, I love Haus Labs lip liner. I have for a while. Literally so good. I'm just gonna take the first shade I found, which is the shade Rule, and line my lips. I'm actually gonna do my whole mouth. It always looks crazy when I only do half my lips. A lot of times I'll actually line my lips and then take my finger and just kind of diffuse out the color, and then I'll wear my lipstick like that. But for today's look, I'm actually gonna go back into my eyeshadow palette. Take the shade right here. It's Halloween time. It's the time to be spooked. And I'm just gonna drag that color over top my lips. Eyeshadow as lipstick. The hill I'm willing to die on. I'm gonna go ahead and take this Haus Labs lip oil, the PhD lip oil. This is in the shade Hue. Pop that on top, just so that the shadow that's covering my lips looks a little juicy again. And guys, I think that might be it. I feel like this is your base level. I'm sexy and it's fall. I look so much like Inuyasha right now. Halloween tutorial, let's go. Number one, I'm so excited to do more characters as the season ramps up, but I know this is what like most people are looking for. How to turn their like normal face into a Halloween bad bitch. Happy to help if I did. If I did help, go ahead and leave a like on this video. Thank you to Haus Labs for sponsoring this video. Guys, I do have a code. The code is of course Snitchery. It's down below if you want to check out especially the lip liners. I know, I can't stop talking about them, but the brow stuff too. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Happy Halloween. I'll be seeing you. Thanks for being my friend today and always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye guys.